Hello and welcome to RX Science. In today's science video, I'll teach you about hydrogen and metallic bonds. They are both very interesting but basic bonds, so I'll teach you both of them in one video. So let's get started. So of course, in this video, I am here to tell you about hydrogen and metallic bonds. But first, I recommend you to watch my ionic bonds video and my covalent bonds video. Then you'll get a basic idea of what a bond is. Of course, I'll tell you that right now, but I still recommend you to watch those videos. It's really important for you to watch. So now, what is the basic definition of a bond? Like, what is this all about? Where does this start from? So a chemical bond is a lasting attraction between atoms, ions, or molecules. For short, you can also say bonds are chemical compounds, mixtures that you can't turn back, or it is really hard to turn back. Remember, compounds and mixtures are different. Imagine compound as water, which has hydrogen and oxygen in it. And then for mixture, think about a salad. You make a salad, but then you can turn it back easily. You can just separate the lettuce, tomatoes, and grapes from it. So yeah, that's basically what a bond is. Now I'll teach you about what a hydrogen bond is. But first, here's the example on the right of your screen. You can see that's a water atom. There's 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. And it makes it a hydrogen bond. I'll explain it to you why in this slide. So, a hydrogen bond is a bond that happens between an hydrogen atom and electronegative atoms, such as oxygen, Compared to hydrogen, oxygen is electronegative. Some examples are water, chloroform, ammonia, and lots more. And by the way, if you haven't watched my other videos, I explained what electronegative means. I will do so right now. So, hydrogen's atomic number is 1, and oxygen's atomic number is 8. That means oxygen has 8 electrons, while hydrogen has 1 electron. So compared to hydrogen, oxygen has more electrons, therefore more electronegative. So now I'll explain to you what a metallic bond is. Once again, here's the example on the right of your screen. Okay, so metallic bond, a force that holds atoms together in a metallic substance. The atoms that the electrons leave behind become positive ions because there's more protons in it. And the interaction between such ions and valence electrons gives rise to the cohesive or binding force that holds the metallic crystal together. So I'll tell you some examples of metallic bonds right now. Think about all the metals really. Iron, gold, zinc, cobalt, copper, and there's lots more. Lithium, zinc, and yeah, there's lots of metals out there, and those are all metallic bonds. Now I'll quickly give you a summary, a very short summary really. So yeah. So what is the definition of a bond? If someone asks you that, just be like all basic stuff. Like, it's basically a chemical compound. And if they ask what a compound is, just say mixtures that you can't turn back. And yeah. And what is a hydrogen bond? It's basically a bond that happens between hydrogen atoms and electronegative atoms such as oxygen. And remember, electronegative means, like, compared to hydrogen, oxygen is more electronegative. And what I mean by that, oxygen has more electrons. So it compares between 2 atoms. And what is a metallic bond? I would say it's just a force that holds atoms together in a metallic substance, such as iron, gold, zinc, copper, lithium, and lots more. So now what I will do is I'll ask you some questions. So my first question is, what is the definition of a bond? My second question is, what's a hydrogen bond? And my last question is, what is a metallic bond? So of course I told you the answers in the summary time, but I'll also explain to you right now. So the definition of a bond is basically a compound. A hydrogen bond is basically a bond that occurs between hydrogen and an electronegative atom, such as oxygen. And a metallic bond is a force that holds atoms together in a metallic substance, such as gold and stuff like that. So that was it for my hydrogen and metallic bonds video. Hopefully you understood what they are. Of course they were both really short, that's why I had to put them in one video. And yeah, hopefully you learned something new today.